Hey teacher,
How are you? I mean, really, how are you? Have you been enjoying your summer? Have you been sleeping well and eating well? Did you get to stay up late, sleep in, enjoy your coffee while it was still hot? Did you get to cook delicious and healthy meals for yourself? And get to drink water and go to the bathroom whenever you wanted? Did you get to spend lots of time with your family? And get to wake up each day and finally have some time for yourself? Did you get to go to the beach or the park or just outside and enjoy the sunshine? Did you read a book or watch a really good show or maybe a YouTube production? I really hope you did all of that and more. But more than that, I hope that you are still on summer break. It has been a crazy last few years. Yeah, years. This is the third academic year that we will be entering that has been affected by the pandemic. It's still crazy to think of everything that we went through. Do you remember the beginning of all this? I do. I remember sitting with my colleague, eating lunch in her classroom, like we always do, talking about the virus. That week, the situation had been getting worse with every passing day. But we had a field trip that week, and we were just hoping that the field trip wouldn't be canceled. Luckily, it wasn't. The field trip was on Wednesday. By Thursday, things had gotten really dark. And on Friday, well, we knew that we wouldn't be coming back to school on Monday. We went home confused, shocked, afraid. Maybe some of us thinking this was going to be an extra little vacation. Guilty. But the situation only got worse, and our jobs got that much harder. We were expected to continue teaching throughout the pandemic, but we had to accomplish that through a virtual format, which the majority of us had never experienced before. We tried our best to figure it out though, didn't we? Trying to digitize our worksheets, all while getting used to Google Classroom and Zoom. All of the hours we spent in front of our computers, straining our eyes, breaking our backs, the ever-changing class schedules, and sometimes not even having a chance to use the bathroom because you had another Zoom session starting. The pain in our hearts, knowing that we could no longer provide the security of our classroom for our students, especially the most vulnerable ones. You know who I'm talking about. The ones who stay in at recess just so they can talk to us a little bit longer. The ones who depend on your smile and kindness to achieve their learning goals. The ones who accidentally call you mom. The ones who need some extra love. The exhaustion we felt was palpable, especially for those of us who had our own families to raise and take care of, in addition to everything else. I'll never forget looking around at the staff meeting, because of course we still had to have staff meetings through all that, and seeing the physical exhaustion on my colleagues' faces. But we had to keep going and do whatever we could do to show up for those kids, even if it meant relearning everything we knew about our jobs. They deserved our best effort, so every day we got up, got ready, and sat down in front of a computer for many, many hours, forcing a smile when all some of us wanted to do was cry. But for a moment there, we had the world's appreciation, didn't we? Oh yeah, they loved us. Some people were finding it actually isn't that simple to teach after all. Some people missed the days where they could just drop off their kids at school and not have to worry about them or us for the rest of the day. Others were only too eager to eavesdrop onto our lessons, to see what we were saying. But we were heroes there for a brief moment, before we were vilified.
You need to be at work. And if you cannot perform the duties of your job, you are obligated to quit and move over for someone who will do it. There is nothing special about your job. For the last 9 months, parents have been sitting at home doing your job mostly for you. See, parents have offered you guys all kinds of understanding, and all you offer us is insults and maliciousness. You call us murderers. And we're not murderers, and we're not morons. We're parents. And we're watching in real time the results of your selfishness. So if you don't want to go back to school, fine. I fully support that decision. Quit and move the hell over so somebody else who can do your job can get in there and do it. The bar is not that high. And your job is not that special. You are no sacred cow. Anybody can teach. I mean, really, anybody can teach, especially these days.
But even though we're teachers, we are also human. We make mistakes sometimes, we're tired sometimes, and even though we try our best, sometimes it falls short according to society standards. But we just want our students to learn and grow. We want to contribute to our school and our community, and we want to spend time with our families and be happy. We're pretty simple creatures, honestly. Unfortunately, being a teacher is anything but simple. Things have changed. A lot has changed due to the pandemic. But teacher, I wonder, have things been changing for you personally as well? Do you ever daydream about walking out of the classroom, locking the door, never going back and finding another career? Not because of a shortage of love for your students or your colleagues, but because you have reached your limit with the never-ending expectations and the lack of appreciation for what we do. I'll tell you a secret, teacher. I feel that too sometimes. I've let the disappointment and resentment build up to the point where sometimes I just want to yell at the world, What is your problem? Don't you see what teachers do? Well, teacher, I see you. I see you when you get to school early, and I see you when you stay extra late, especially you, first-year teacher. I see you when you cry on your 45-minute commute because you just can't afford to live in the city where you teach. I see you when you work through your lunch so you can make sure to leave school on time to go spend time with your family. I see you when you've been up lesson planning or grading all night so you forget to make a lunch and then you sit there and eat a bag of popcorn. I see you when you spend your own money on school supplies, snacks, prizes, and gifts for your students. I see you when you aren't feeling good, but you go to work anyway because you didn't have the mental capacity to make sub-plans. I see you, teacher, when you accommodate parents with requests for late meetings, even if it means sacrificing time with your own family. I see you when you are frustrated because you've been calling and emailing parents to talk about their child and they just ghost you, but they show up at report cards and they're not happy about what they see. I see you when you are trying your hardest and it still feels like everything is going wrong. I see you, teacher, when you are worrying. Are my students going to get me sick? Will I get them sick? I see you, teacher, when your heart is breaking because your own family is hurting and needs you, but your energies and attention are required at your job. I see you when you feel like giving up. And I see you when you question why you even became a teacher in the first place. So I want to tell you something, teacher. If your time has come to leave the classroom, whether you're younger and just joined the profession, or whether you're a veteran and you've been here since the time of chalkboards, if you are ready to leave, that's okay. This is not what we signed up for. And no matter what the social media savages say, you do not have to put up with it. You do not owe anyone anything. You do not have to shut up and teach. But before you go to start looking for the opportunity for the next chapter of your life, I just have a small request to make. Steer clear of multi-level marketing schemes. Multi-level marketing, also called MLM, direct selling, social selling, network marketing, they all operate the same way as a legal pyramid scheme. Please don't let the word legal fool you though, because really it's just a loophole that allows the CEOs and their politician friends to continue profiting off of a business that is really predatory. Just for reference, a pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme rather than supplying investments or sale of products. As recruiting multiplies, recruiting becomes quickly impossible and most members are unable to profit. As such, pyramid schemes are unsustainable and illegal. MLMs technically aren't pyramid schemes, but the difference between the two is full of nuance. It comes down to how distributors make their money. In a pyramid scheme, compensation is driven from recruitment. In an MLM, the compensation structure and emphasis is placed on sales and recruitment. Experts are quick to point out that both structures are inherently flawed because it's based on a model that's mathematically impossible. If each recruit were to recruit 5 people, and those 5 people were to recruit 5 people each, that chain would eclipse the world's population after 13 cycles. Here are a few examples of multi-level marketing companies, just so we're on the same page about what these companies are. The one that I almost joined was called Rodan and Fields, a skincare MLM. I was approached by a trusted friend and mentor, and I spent 2 years and approximately $2,000 being her preferred customer. And during that time, she had been nudging me closer and closer to joining Rodan and Fields. I really wanted to. My husband was away on deployment. I was lonely. I wanted to have a community. Making some extra money on the side wouldn't hurt. When I say I almost joined, I mean information was filled in, credit card information filled in, social security number, I'm about to click submit. I was right there. But what stopped me was the fine print. I looked at something called their income disclosure statement. Now, for any of the companies that I just mentioned a minute or two ago, Google their name with the words income disclosure statement, and you will see for yourself that the majority of the people in these companies make such minimal income. I'm talking in the tens and hundreds range. And that's before we even factor in any business expense at all. So if you're like me, you're probably wondering, well, if these companies are so harmful, how are they still persisting and actually growing exponentially? Well, the sad thing is, on top of having friends in high places, they lie, they manipulate, and they deceive you into believing a false reality. I know you've seen the ads on social media. I have to say, it is kind of appealing. I know how tempting it is to hear people say that they're making 6 figures, retiring their husbands, working from anywhere, with so-called time freedom and financial freedom, and they're part of an amazing community of driven and motivated women. These women have Instagram feeds of their lives which looks like a never-ending vacation, and they claim that they make money from their phone just by sharing products. It's that easy. Just share the product. I know, teacher, it's enticing. No parents knocking on your door or showing up in your email inbox with something to say. No more stacks of papers to grade that you have to take home over the weekend. No more surprise visits from admin to come do a quick observation on you. Time to just be home and cuddle with your family. It is tempting, teachers. I was tempted. Many of us have been tempted. Like I mentioned, with multi-level marketing companies, you'll be told that all you need to do is share products on your phone. Something that they will be quick to point out that you're already doing when you're sharing about your Starbucks drink or the new show that you're watching. So why not get paid for it? However, when you do join, and of course that is after you've spent a few $100s on their starter kit, you will soon learn that it is not as simple as sharing products, but the real way to make money is to recruit other people to join your multi-level marketing scheme by selling them on the same lies that you were sold. Teacher, if you have not been approached to join a multi-level marketing scheme, I hope that day never comes. According to Hunbot legend, when words are spoken, it manifests. So I'm going to manifest that for you. If you have already been approached and joined one, that's okay. I don't blame you. I know that you had your reasons. I know that you are doing what's best for your family. But I hope you will take the time to reconsider your business. Analyze how much money you've spent. Think about what are the things that you've gotten in return. Also think about the things that you have been asked to do. Just look at your experience with a critical eye. See if there's a way that you could use those incredible skills that you're applying in that MLM for yourself. There are jerks out there, teachers, such as this person, who thinks that we're all just morons with no transferable skills. But that could not be further from the truth, teacher. You can read, you can write, you can lead, and connect with people in a way that a lot of others can't. You can collaborate, use technology, make goals, plans, assessment tools. You can manage people, you can manage projects and schedules. You can not only train, teach, and educate, but you can differentiate strategies you use depending on your intended audience. You are incredible, and there's no limit to the things you could try. So teacher, remember, you are seen, you are valued, and you are so important in your family, your community, and your classroom. If you'll be returning back to the classroom this fall like I am, I hope that you will remain safe and physically healthy and also mentally healthy. If you won't be returning to the classroom this year, then I hope that you find something that is fulfilling and purposeful for you. But please, teacher, be anti-MLM and help protect your community against the manipulation and deception of these businesses. Learn about these types of schemes and why they are so predatory so that you can help watch out for them among your social groups. Despite all of the attempts to destroy our credibility, society cannot deny that we are leaders and our voices do matter.